June is a sweet, talkative girl who often rambles without realizing it. She doesn't know yet that this habit will bring many ups and downs in her life. She dreams of dancing with her partner in a hotel nestled on the mountains, a place she imagines as her castle. Often, she gazes at the hotel, lost in her daydreams. But one day, June notices her dad leaving that hotel with another woman. As an innocent girl, she has no idea that this could mean her dad is being unfaithful to her mom. When she returns home, she casually tells her mom what she saw, unaware of the impact her words would have. In that single conversation, she unknowingly ignites a storm in her parents' marriage. It wasn't really June's fault, but her parents' relationship crumbles. Both her mom and dad blame her constant talking. Their divorce leaves a deep scar on June's heart. The harsh words hurt her, making her believe that if she never speaks again, she won't hurt anyone else. With this mistaken idea in mind, she decides to silence herself forever. Now, June is in high school, and most people think she's unable to speak. She usually keeps to herself, rarely interacting with others. When an upcoming school event is announced, the teacher forms a team to organize a performance. And guess who ends up on the team? June, along with Takumi, Tasaki, and Nito. Each of them leads a very different life. Tasaki is a baseball player, Nito is the head cheerleader, Takumi plays various musical instruments, and June is the quiet one. At first, no one is interested in preparing for the event, unaware that it's more than just a performance. It's an opportunity that could change each of their lives. Frustrated, Takumi goes to the teacher to explain that the event might not work out. While there, he spots an instrument lying around. Feeling inspired, he begins to play and sing, thinking he's alone. But he's not. Outside, June and the teacher are listening. Hearing Takumi's performance sparks an idea in the teacher's mind. Why not make this event a musical, blending drama with music? Takumi tries to convince the teacher it's too ambitious, but the teacher has already set his mind on the idea. Meanwhile, seeing Takumi play and hearing his voice stirs something in June. For the first time, she feels a spark of attraction toward him. One day, in an unplanned moment, June opens up to Takumi through text messages. She tells him the story of her parents' divorce, her guilt over feeling responsible, and how she's silenced herself ever since. She explains that every time she tries to speak, she feels a pain in her stomach, a constant reminder of her past. Takumi is both shocked and saddened to learn she's carrying this burden. He realizes that June's inability to speak is rooted in her mind, and with a little support, she might find her voice again. He suggests something bold. Why not express your feelings through a song? It's better to release your emotions through music than to keep them locked up. Takumi encourages her to weave her story into a song and share it with others, hoping that this might give her the confidence to break her silence. His words plant a small seed of hope in June. As they continue preparing for the event, it becomes clear that each team member has their own struggles. Tasaki, for example, is deeply troubled. His baseball team was disqualified from the Nationals after he made a mistake and broke his arm during a match. His teammates blame him, pushing him into depression. Yet, Tasaki can't bring himself to admit his role in their loss, and the tension leads to conflicts in class. Despite everything, he's not ready to confront the truth. Meanwhile, the strained relationship between June and her mother becomes clear. They barely speak, and her mother partly blames June for the divorce. To escape these tensions, June begins spending more time with Takumi. As they grow closer, Takumi even plays the piano for her, and June feels her burdens lifting. Gradually, she finds herself developing feelings for him. Just as things seem to be going well, another twist unfolds. It turns out Takumi and Nito were a couple in high school, and she still has feelings for him. Back then, Takumi's parents' divorce had thrown him into depression, which drove them apart. Now, seeing June and Takumi spending time together, Nito feels a pang of jealousy. At the same time, Tasaki begins to confront his own mistakes. Realizing the impact of his actions, He apologizes to his teammates and even reaches out to June to make amends. Inspired to help her, he suggests organizing a musical event dedicated to her story. When the class learns about June's struggles, they rally behind the idea. Together, they all take on small roles in preparing for the event, determined to make it a success. With Takumi's warm presence, June's heart begins to soften, and she slowly falls in love with him. The smile she had lost so long ago finally returns, all thanks to him. Now, she feels a longing to sing, to share her feelings for Takumi openly with everyone. This event has become a source of hope and purpose for her, and she sees it as her second chance. Life may be full of challenges, but it does offer second chances, and this is June's. The entire class dives into the event preparations, with each student taking on a role. One handles costumes, another manages dance, and someone else oversees the music. With just one day left, everything is nearly ready. To wrap up last-minute details, Takumi and Nito head out for supplies. But Nito, clearly upset, can't hold back her frustration about Takumi's growing closeness to June. In a moment of annoyance, she lets her feelings spill out, and Takumi drops a heartbreaking truth. The only one he has ever loved is Nito, from high school to now. He admits he's only been supporting June to help her regain her confidence. Unbeknownst to them, June overhears the entire conversation. Her heart shatters into pieces. Too many to count, as if even a whole year wouldn't be enough to gather them all. The day of the event arrives, and everyone is filled with nervous excitement, until they realize June hasn't shown up. Panic sets in, as she's the lead of the show, and without her, the event risks falling apart. While Tasaki does his best to keep the event running, Takumi sets off to search for June, racing through the city, determined to find her. Meanwhile, June is sitting in her favorite hotel, consumed by sadness. She feels disconnected from the world, devastated that the one person she trusted with her heart has broken it. Takumi finally finds her there, and though she initially refuses to listen, he persists, gently urging her to see things differently. He reminds her that her honesty has always been part of who she is, and though the truth can sometimes be painful, it's a part of life. He says, "Some people get hurt by your words because the truth is bitter, but keeping people in the dark is worse than hurting them with honesty." Takumi tells her that holding back her emotions will only harm her more. He urges her to find strength in expressing what's truly in her heart. Takumi's words finally open June's eyes. She decides, from that moment on, she'll no longer suppress her feelings. Whatever may come, she resolves to stay true to herself. Takumi manages to bring her back to the school just in time, and June takes the stage. Pouring her heart into the song, she reveals everything she's held inside for so long. Her voice is raw and honest, and as she sings, the audience is moved to tears, witnessing the real June finally emerging from behind her silence and fear. After the event, Tasaki approaches her with a heartfelt confession, expressing his feelings for her. June's journey takes a new turn, and with her heart now open, she steps into this new chapter of life, filled with a sense of hope and renewal.